from Texas for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you so much for being here. To the witnesses, I really appreciate your time. My first question is for you, Ms. Stone Manning. I have a question for you, and it is the oil and gas industry important to the future of our country, ma'am?
Congressman, it is.
So I think I would actually, obviously, 100% agree with that. A little background on me: I'm from Houston, Texas, energy capital of the world. The entire energy corridor is in my district. So this is an issue that's very near and dear to my heart. And I can tell you that oil and gas will be a part of our future for a very long time, at least for sure, in my lifetime. And one of my favorite quotes actually came from Bill Gates when he said, just kind of paraphrasing, of course, that if we were able to miraculously snap our fingers and if every single American drove an EV tomorrow, we would only decrease the demand of a barrel of oil by 8%. We would still use 92% of a barrel of oil because of all the byproducts of the industry. So I think it's clear that we're not going anywhere for the foreseeable future, and I want to ensure that we continue to make production as easy and as attainable for companies to provide us with energy and goods for the future. Is it true that your department has a statutory obligation to approve or deny an application for a permit to drill within 30 days of receipt of a complete APD package?
Yes, Congressman.
Are you aware of the average APD issuance timeline by your field offices to date?
Congressman, there's a back and forth. We ask the company for information. Sometimes it takes them quite a bit of time to get us that information back. I've looked at the timelines. I've dug in and asked why there are sometimes delays. Some of it's on us, 109 days on BLM, but it's 162 days on average that we wait for information to come back from the company.
So given the 30-day statutory requirement, do you think that's an acceptable timeline, considering that's significantly more than the 30 days allotted? And I know there's a lot of challenges here, but I guess, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, for a complete application, we need to make sure that everybody is crossing T's and dotting I's so that we follow the law. And sometimes it takes a while for the companies to get back to us. Mm-hmm. Sometimes we have delays over litigation, and frankly, sometimes our delays are because our staff are burning the candle at both ends.
I understand that. So in order to get this, I think, within better compliance, do you have a plan or an idea of what we can do to implement anything, or how can we actually help you to achieve these goals to get it closer to that 30-day limit?
I appreciate the question, and I would ask us also to look at the big picture. There are over 6,700 APDs that are sitting unused by the industry right now.
How many? Can you say again? I'm sorry to hear that.
Over 6,700.
Okay. Lastly, ma'am, I do want to say this. These timelines are really putting a burden on a lot of companies, especially in my district. They impact us every day. And there's also a symbiotic relationship between my district in Houston, Texas, and the Permian Basin. And I'm hearing from companies every single day that these timelines are absolutely crippling the industry. And I'm not kidding. I get calls to my staff every day. And I really want to make sure that we work together, R or D, I really don't care, to get this within compliance. And so as a question, just so we can work together here, would you commit to decreasing the average time of an APD by 25% by the end of the year?
Congressman, I would ask that you support the president's budget, which reflects an increase of $10.4 million in our oil and gas management line. That would help.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, ma'am, and I yield back my time.
Thank you very much. The chair now recognizes Representative Velasquez from New York for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Stone Manning, welcome. The Inflation Reduction Act, which Democrats passed